And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Michael from TikTok. Tony, the last show of 2023. How you feeling, bud?
Dude, I can't believe it, honestly. I was thinking about it this morning. Like, I can't believe we're days away from saying 2024. Unbelievable. Obviously, what a great year for the Sports Port. Reaching new heights, our 500th episode. That was dope. So many great moments here this year in this studio, dude, with you, Brian. But excited, obviously, for the next year and what's to come for the Sports Port. And obviously, week 17. So let's go, dude.
Week
Double it down.
17. And also, I think a theme for today, just kind of curious, our viewing audience, if everybody could comment what their New Year's Eve plans are. Just interested to hear from everybody what they are up to. Now I forgot, Tony, are you Jay? New Year's Jay or no?
Jay, Asbury Park, New Year's. Dude.
Nice, dude.
Let's go.
You thinking about meeting me in Atlantic City?
Oh, that'd be pretty. Yeah, you want to go New Year's Day, Atlantic City?
Yeah, I'll be there. Oh, actually, no. New Year's Day, I'm headed back. Actually, God damn. So when are you going to Asbury?
So it's gonna be nice, dude. Let's see. Tomorrow is the game I'm working, and then
New Year's Eve
we're
morning.
driving. Yes.
Okay,
morning,
gotcha.
Head down there. It's gonna be crazy.
Gareth Emery, at the Borgata.
Yes, dude. That's sick.
Hook you guys up with a room. Let's go.
I thought you couldn't get a room.
Oh, I could get a room.
Now you can get a room. I thought you couldn't get a room at the Borgata.
Oh, not at the Borgata. Not at the Borgata. By a room at another casino.
Dude, that'd be sweet.
I know. So yeah, definitely pumped about that.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it's funny too, because I don't like listen to house music too much or anything. But I have to say, I do really enjoy going when I do go. I'm kind of curious. How are you with that, Tony? Like a DJ, house DJ?
At a club, I'm down with it.
No, yeah. So this is the
Premiere.
club. Yeah,
Yeah,
Premiere.
Premiere.
Oh,
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
been
yeah.
in Premiere.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be Murmur back in the day. I don't know if you remember that.
I was too young for that, dude.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I went to that one as well.
I probably remember it, but I couldn't go to it.
But so you are for it though, and like doing the do you do this or no?
Like the fist bump, dude?
No, not the fist bump, the finger, like at the house bump. No.
Oh, I guess I've never done the finger, dude.
I'll have to. I'm gonna send some video. Definitely.
Yeah.
we're going Carmine's tomorrow.
Oh,
6:45 reservation. So definitely for that. The wings.
That's amazing. Yeah, the wings. I've never had them though, but I gotta have them.
There's gonna be an Instagram story of the wings.
That's awesome. Dude.
So yeah, definitely fired up for that and all the football over this weekend between the NFL, college football playoffs, some bowl games. So definitely jacked up.
Yes.
Our upcoming Shell and Madden
next
on
Tuesday, dude. In the calendar, dude.
In the calendar. Really stoked about that. But doing the franchise now, I think I'm fine.
For Madden?
I had that one back in. Plus, I did the winter conditions, so I don't know the time when I threw all the picks. Maybe that had something to do with it.
And you were playing your boy, right? Is he good?
Yeah, he's good.
What's his name? Benny?
Benny. Yeah, he's beat me more than I've beaten him.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna be ready to go next time as well for that. So
go,
we're jacked up on all fronts. That is for sure. A lot to get into. But let's start with the comments. What do we got?
Oh, yes, of course. As always, early and often, dude, we have the usual suspects here. Josh Bree, baby.
Josh Bree. Pencil,
the press, dude.
Pencil. Michael, it took 3 pencil calls to get that done, huh? Unbelievable. Michael one-handed on TikTok. Wow, you could tell it's a former athlete. Well, I just meant like playing on a team.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're so athletic, Michael.
Dude, the shade, dude. Oh my god. Of course, Josh B says hashtag rep TCA, rep the sports port, rep TTV. And then Kev Do in the house, same deal. Let's go. We want the smoke, he says. He wants a pick'em Friday. We won't go 0-3 this week. You might not. Hashtag rep TCA, rep TTV, rep the sports. But finally, next week we get Dave and Rick back. Holy shit, it was bad till you guys come on. It's actually funny he mentions that. Kev Do, not a fan of Maria Marino. And who's the dude?
Jake Osman.
Jake Osman. Oh,
Sorry, we just have to be. That is screaming this show, Tony. You forgot to mention to Barnes that there's people doing interviews downstairs.
oh yeah. I'm operating.
Wait, do they
as
know that we're
normal.
doing the show up here?
I know.
Do they know it's like week
I
17?
expected a little more of a
like,
chunk out of you. There.
Final show of the new year of this year. Like, do they
I
know
know.
that?
Well, yeah,
All right,
but
dude.
you know, they're paying good money.
Right.
Well, but the thing is, they don't have this show, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So their money is worthless.
I know, but I don't want to get yelled at by Sharon.
No, I know that, Michael. Of course, but we're still more important. But continue.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I was gonna say, give me your 5 minutes on this guy, Jake Outman.
No, Asman. I don't know too much
He's-
about him,
no,
but I
it's
think he
beat.
came. I don't know, from the Midwest
He,
or whatever.
he was a producer for the show too, right?
I believe so.
I thought,
But
yeah.
it's funny because I feel like you guys have been on top of this for a while. Like you always were like,
I
yeah,
didn't
there's
like
a
him.
couple. No, but just in general with Eastman Radio, like obviously you love Rick and Dave,
Yeah,
you
that's
love
it.
Anita.
Yeah.
Other than that, I feel like
That's
I'm
it.
trying to think if there's it. No, but I think we're Gordon and you guys are Gordon and Larry now.
They're not
after,
bad.
after the tail.
Oh yeah,
After the
definitely.
tailgate, like, but I
dude.
don't like listen to
And
them.
Han, you like
yeah,
Han.
but I don't listen. To
Yeah,
them.
I definitely.
But I'm saying versus
But I
like,
like
being
them.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think the
yeah.
other people are bad. That's the general message here.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I honestly, I have a newfound respect for Bart and Han, honestly. Their show is good. Bart, I think, is very insightful at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's talking about
and-
football with anything else.
Oh,
he
no,
knows
yeah,
nothing.
he knows nothing,
He
but-
knows
Yeah.
nothing.
But he can still offer, he still can offer
I don't want to
that
hear him talk about
athlete
baseball.
mentality.
Please never talk
No,
about
yeah, it's so
baseball again.
bad. I mean, even, honestly, a little bit of Allen as well, dude.
Yeah, it's like you don't know. It's just
No, he doesn't. No, I've heard
Yeah.
him talk about Yankees.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad.
Hey.
Again, he can do football, basketball. That's great.
Yeah.
That's fine.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, not a lot of people on the radio can talk basketball, talk
Baseball.
baseball
No,
Yeah.
or hockey.
or hockey. Yeah, dude, it's so funny. The other day when we first came back from break and you guys were on and I was listening to you guys in the car, the fucking information is just like the well of knowledge is
Yeah.
so deep, dude.
Yeah.
And then it's
Like,
not like,
crazy.
oh, the Yankees, with
Yeah.
with Hank Steinbrenner, their owner, like we're Stephen A or something.
Yeah, no,
Like, it's
literally,
like, that's what
there's
you hear
no-
from other people.
No,
like
it's
there's
crazy.
knowledge,
Yeah.
and it goes back years, dude. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Isn't Guardy still on the team? Like you hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, crazy.
Bad. But yeah, they have the tough week, I think, for Dave and Rick over there. But it's all right. And then Josh B says, no New Year's Eve at the Horseshoe, ? LOL. That would have been pretty freaking awesome, but no, can't do that, dude. They're closed, I'm pretty sure. Josh B also says at this point, need to set up special cameras for this live football throwing now. We need a handheld camera operator, Josh.
Josh B.
you wanna come down
Josh
here?
B is due for a
Dude,
studio.
I'll
visit.
put a
I know, we
camera
were just
in your
talking about it.
hand, and then you will follow the ball, dude.
100%.
You'll be the high and tight, dude. High and tight. And then he also says, Jake Assman.
Yep.
Assman, aka the Assman.
Yeah, no, I never.
He also says, yes, love Bart and Han, dude. Bart's, it's honestly hilarious.
His
he really
like
is, dude.
I remember one time. Remember I
Mhm.
came in and I talked about it. There was like this producer and they're like making jokes about how he like sleeps in and all this stuff. And
Oh, yeah,
doesn't,
yeah.
doesn't come to the show on time, and when he does, like that's who they're talking about. That dude,
That's Jake. Is
Yeah.
that the same Jake?
same one.
Oh, I didn't
It's too bad,
know
dude.
that. Wow.
Toad.
Yeah.
Eh,
And then I
he's
think
like-
they have, I think RJ producing still, right?
Yeah.
Who's
you can
producing
hear him.
today?
I didn't listen to it. I was listening to the fan
Oh,
just because
okay.
their fill-ins are a little
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
didn't
it's true.
realize that this week was going to be all off for them, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you across the board,
Yeah.
always like that.
Crazy.
Would you know CeeLo? Did you know CeeLo?
CeeLo, what?
Chris Lepresti. He's on the fan, but he's also on SNY, like Baseball Night in America,
Oh, interesting. Maybe if I
and
saw him.
Sports Desk.
Yeah. Oh, Sports Desk.
Do
Okay.
you know him? Glasses. Usually wears a suit. They call him CeeLo. Look it up because honestly, I've always thought
What's
he
his
should
actual
have
name?
Chris
Chris what?
and then LOPRESTI. I've always thought he could have his own show. Like I think he's really good.
Let's see what this guy looks like.
Oh, it's so
This guy?
second row. Wait, where did that just? I feel like the photos just changed.
What?
We go back.
Second row, you said?
You go up. What the?
These are the same photos, definitely.
Oh, okay. So that
This is the dude.
one over to the right. No. That one.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Watch out. I'm telling you. Could be
Really?
a future star. Yeah.
Interesting.
Today was Ray and Tom Bauer.
Tom
Bart
Bauer.
Eats All show, and I do remember hearing that.
He does. Yeah, dude, he does.
But yeah, a lot to get to. But we'll start where we need to on a Friday. The world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle! Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
Williams, dude. You would have thought, honestly.
Oh man, who would have thought too? Think about it this way, and I know obviously forecasting wise, you're never gonna expect, Michael, that Aaron Rodgers is gonna be out for the season after 4 plays. But I distinctly remember this because actually last year, just for New Year's Day, I went to AC, and the Jets were playing the Seahawks with a chance to go to the playoffs. Mike White was starting, and to think a year later, start the year with Aaron Rodgers, better roster around him, that you'd be in a worse position and you'd be coming off your 10th loss of the season at this point. After last night.
Oh God, I know it's absolutely gut wrenching, totally tough. I think Rodgers they threw the stat up last night. First quarterback in the history of the NFL to, I guess, start for a franchise and have less than one.
Yeah, they
throwing
always
player, something like that. Did
put
some
that
crazy
graphic up. Yeah.
And he, dude, on the sideline, when they kept cutting to him,
Yeah.
too, he looked so
Ripped.
tight, dude.
Ripped,
Definitely,
honestly.
definitely bloodshot eyes, dude.
Yes.
Yes.
One thing I just thought of that I mentioned to yes, Tony. Yes, I mentioned to the TikTok followers that I forgot to mention to everyone else here. So ridiculous, and I don't know if anybody could comment. I don't know if this happens with anybody else's name, but every time, yes. What's I was at Starbucks, got my Americano this morning, and oh sir, what's the name for the order? Brian. What's on the label? Ryan. Do I say Brian? That confusing, Tony. Like I said,
No.
just like that. Order for Brian. Like, is there anything to be confused about?
No, nothing.
But so, what do you think it is?
I don't know, dude. I mean, is this the same? Because I know you've said this before at Starbucks specifically. Same Starbucks?
This happens whether
Everywhere?
we're at Starbucks,
Oh,
whether
everywhere.
Remos, whether we're in Aruba, Tony.
It happened to you at Aruba?
Yeah. and with customers too. Oh, nice to meet you, Ryan.
Stop it, really?
All the time.
Oh,
All the time.
is there? Honestly, I don't know. I have no words for you. I have
Yeah.
absolutely no words because you don't even look like a Ryan.
I know. I was just thinking about this because the tab's up. Or what do we got for Instagram Live right now? Anything?
Let's see.
All right. Welcome
No
everybody
comments, but
who is with
A
us
few bodies in here.
on Instagram Live. We love that added element, of
We
the
really
show.
do, dude. We really do.
But yeah, we obviously have to talk about the 37-20 loss last night for the Jets, of course, in Cleveland against the Browns. Cleveland clinching, I believe it's their only their second playoff appearance in over 20 years.
21 years.
21 years. And the only other time was the year with Baker. And then that was obviously the end of Baker because the next year he gets hurt, gets traded the
crazy.
following offseason. And it's interesting the way the game started. Really a surprise to everybody. Everybody expected 2 top defense, not a lot of points. I just had a feeling though, my whole thing, and maybe this is simplistic, but my whole thing with the Jets, a primetime game, and then going against like a quality opponent is you don't count
or assume anything. And I know, yes, the defense has played well this year, but like when you have a team that knows their offense is very mediocre, they're just going to attack the defense. And it's like also too, Rich Cimini, the longtime reporter for ESPN New York for the Jets, was saying too, like Saleh has always said they have a championship level defense, and it's clear after a performance like this that they don't. Which, I think there's definitely some truth to that. And while they have been good, they haven't been great. And it's laughable if you think at one point, beginning of the year, they were saying, oh, does this compare to the Ravens in 2000 to the 85 Bears? I mean, a little ridiculous to say that. But I have to say, this is one of the more peculiar games just from a pace perspective that we've ever seen. I believe was it 34 and a half was the number, right? Yeah, it was
34 and a half. 34 and a half. Yep.
So we had 27 points in the first quarter, but we had 6 points in the second half.
Unbelievable.
51 points in the first half. I've never seen that in my entire life. So the first two drives of the game, Browns and the Jets go up and down the field. The Browns 7 plays, 75 yards. Njoku was involved, had some big catches, but Jerome Ford catching a 7-yard pass made it 7-0. Breece Hall was a big part of the Jets. Really only offensive touchdown drive of the game. First drive, of course. 6 plays, 75 yards, 21-yard pass from Simeon. That tied the game at 7. Browns ensuing possession, 7 plays, 75 yards. And missed the extra point to make it 13-7. But then the Jets, after they were able to luck out, the Browns go for it on fourth down. The Jets turn it over on a kick return fumble. Ronnie Hickman, a 30-yard pick six, made it 20-7. That was the final scoring of the half. And then, for the first quarter, well, it seems like a half. Second quarter, the Browns also make it 27-7. Elijah Moore, the former Jet, 8-yard touchdown pass. So Flacco and Moore, two guys that were on the team last year. This was a play, 79-yard drive. Moore unfortunately left this game with a concussion, but he's really done well in Cleveland, and obviously filling in this one for Amari Cooper,
dude,
who missed the game.
Did you see that hit?
Yeah, and I saw the motions after. Obviously.
Yeah, dude, really scary.
Yeah,
I feel like it wasn't like that bad of a hit, dude. Dude, what's up with these helmets? Am I wrong to say I feel like these helmets, like, because there's so many times I understand, like, you're even in the back too. Like they say that the helmet, like in the back, is the thinnest part.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you're seeing guys getting concussions with their head hitting the ground, and I understand like there is obviously some force going on here, but especially with that, like, I mean, the front of his helmet hit the ground.
Right.
Like, what's like?
Well, I think the biggest thing, just think about everything in our life and compare it to how it was, growing up and stuff. Everything is made for as cheap a cost as possible.
So you think helmets are cheap? They're cheaply made.
Yeah. And maybe the process, or they say the process to get certified, is more stringent. Come on. You know what I mean?
It really is a shame, because I feel like that type of impact, that helmet should have protected his head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he should not be injured right now.
Yeah. So obviously, we hope he has a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
After that touchdown, you felt like the game was over, but the Jets get a little life. Joe Flacco, near midfield, throws a pick six to last year's first round pick, Jermaine Johnson. He returns at 37 yards, make the 27-14. So you felt like, oh, maybe they're in the game. And then Joe Flacco throws a 50-yard touchdown pass to Jerome Ford,
slinging it
34-14. Zerline able to connect from 46 in the last seconds of the second quarter, 34-17. And then we had a defensive second half, no points in the third quarter. Zerline hitting a 44-yard field goal made it 34-20, but the Browns just under 3 minutes extended it to 37-20, courtesy of a Riley Patterson 33-yard field goal. So the Browns clinched that playoff spot, 11th win of the year. You would think, that clinches coach of the year for Kevin Stefanski. 11 wins with 4 different quarterbacks. I believe is it 4-1 with Joe Flacco as the starter?
I believe. Yes, that's correct.
So, and obviously big first half, a quiet second half. But clearly has done an outstanding job, especially when you think about the fact that, they were even talking about on the broadcast that was just throwing balls to his family to stay loose. And here he is winning all these games, 4-1 as a starter. In each game, throwing for at least 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive.
Dude, that's fucking like really impressive, dude.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like just on his couch throwing to his family. And he's playing some competitive football here.
Yeah, and making it work, down a couple of receivers. Obviously, Moore played the first half, but second half, he had to throw to, Njoku, who again had the big first half, didn't do much in the second half, but, throwing to Ford and Atkins and Bryant and Tillman and Bell, not exactly the who's who. But, as a team, they ran for 127 yards. Kareem Hunt had the rushing touchdown. So he hasn't done much from a yards per carry standpoint this year, but I believe he has 9 rushing touchdowns, which is pretty good. On the Jets side of things, Garrett Wilson getting over that 1,000-yard mark for the second consecutive year. And then Breece Hall had over 100 yards from scrimmage and a receiving touchdown. So obviously those are 2 of your cornerstones that you're excited about moving forward. And I think it's safe to say, Breece Hall has given you everything you could have hoped coming off that ACL injury. You never know first year back how the guys are going to respond. So that's definitely something to be excited about. And I mean, you look at the yards per carry. Last year was 5.8, only had 80 carries. He's more than doubled that this year, but he's at 4.4, which is good. But you say, oh, he's down 1.4 yards per carry. But I think a lot of that has to do with the offensive line. I think it's impressive that he has 74 receptions out of the backfield as well. And we'll see what he adds to that total, in New England next week. But a hair under 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and then 8 touchdowns combined is pretty good. And he has a chance to get over 1,500 yards from scrimmage and double-digit touchdowns potentially with a big game next week in New England. Like I said, you're excited about Garrett Wilson. Nice to see Jermaine Johnson make an impact as well. So there's guys, that you're gonna work with. But it is just kind of interesting. It's like that first drive looks so good. But then it's like after that, like what happened? I mean, I guess it's just as simple as if Simeon can't release the ball in a second. If nobody's open, he's done. He's going to get sacked.
Right.
And then the receivers, not enough separation. And I think too, Hall only having 13 carries. I know he had, 9 catches. I think he could have had more carries. And I think they got to stop the pitches outside. Those were going for 3-4 yard losses last night.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I feel like anything up front that's with like any run that's like, again, like I said, around the middle of the field, even, or it starts somewhere around there. I mean, it just like doesn't work because of your offensive line. And I think, a lot of people, I understand like that Zach Wilson obviously is not what we hoped him to be, but I think people were really overshadowing the rest of the problems with the Jets because of Zach Wilson. Like this offensive line is absolutely atrocious. I understand we talked about the Browns defense and they are really good. Who's that other guy on the defensive line? Another defensive end.
Myles Garrett?
No, not Myles Garrett. The other guy who they were switching with Garrett a lot. He's 85 or 89.
89.
Hall, what's his last name? Hall, maybe? Let me look here.
There's Bell.
It is Bell, right?
D'Anthony Bell.
Yeah, dude. He's the guy that was switching. He's the other defensive end that was switching with Garrett.
Oh no, he's a safety.
Really?
Yeah. Is it the guy with the crazy name or no? Jeremiah Askuku Karamoa? He's a linebacker.
No, it wasn't him, dude. Roster, bang, dude.
Shelby Harris is a defensive tackle.
Maybe it was 90-something.
Well, because your defensive ends are Zadarius Smith and
Maybe it must have been Smith, 99.
Is Smith 99?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's him, dude.
That's
I mean,
gonna be it.
dude, they were switching him with Garrett on Mekhi Becton all day.
Oh, yeah, McCackton had a couple penalties
Dude.
last night. Leads the NFL in penalties, and yes, Michael
Yeah.
and you, I believe, at the beginning of the year, were like, "Come on, this guy's got to go."
Dude,
This is
yeah,
ridiculous.
he leads the league in sacks given up too. 11 sacks given up from him, bro. He's such a piece of shit guy, is he not? Like he has to be, dude.
I
Like,
wanted
what
to
do
give him
you-
the benefit of the doubt, and I'm sure
Oh.
it would help having better players around him on
Yeah.
the line. But at the end of the day, he's got to do better. So you would think this is going to be his last year in New York.
It has to be, dude. That entire offensive line, I understand, there were injuries that had been had, but they all got to go, dude. Every
Yeah.
single one of them. I mean, you can't. And you're looking at some of the plays the Browns are running where they're like pulling guards, they're setting traps. It's like, can't do that on the Jets because the offensive line can't do anything, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like the amount of pressure that Simeon was under all game. And again, I understand the Browns have a good defense, but your offensive line should you're supposed to like still defend your quarterback. I mean, like it's unbelievable just the amount of pressure they were able to get through. See, like effortlessly, dude. It was unbelievable. That's for sure. And I think that's really a large issue here with the Jets, and a big reason why they couldn't score. I mean, they still scored 20 points. Honestly, that's still
But
like
really,
more than what Brian
13.
thought. Yeah, I understand. Really, 13. Yes, I suppose, but still.
Yeah. No, but and then you break it down further. First drive touchdown, no more touchdowns the rest of the game, only 2 field goals. I mean,
Yes. But they still got points. I mean, they also, another stat that I saw from the Jets, which again, I think is more of an indictment on the coaching and the playbook, which is that they have the lowest conversion rate in the red zone to get a touchdown in the NFL. It's something like 33% or something like
that
that.
surprises me, Tony. Come on.
I mean, but dude, is that not an indictment on your play? Like, how do you has to be play calling at that point. They run the dumbest plays in the red zone, I feel. And then maybe your receiver's not getting, open, in the field there. But I mean, what an absolute shit show yesterday was if you were watching as a Jets fan. It's a shame, dude. And still, Simeon had a couple deep throws where he was pushing down the field. And then the defense woke up second half. I mean, you had an opportunity to honestly win this game. You had Zerloin, botching a field goal. You had the fact that you could not score in the red zone still. So, I mean, honestly, the Jets had a good amount of opportunity, I thought, to stay in this game and to potentially even win this game. And their offense couldn't convert. I know the defense, yes, it looks bad when you have DJ Reed saying that they're better than, any other defense constructed in the history of the NFL. And they're giving up, 37 or however much it was, 35 in the first half. So, I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's still, I still think the problem here lies with more so in your offense than your defense. I don't think this is a large indictment on the defense. They have a great second half, right, Brian?
Great second half, but what happened in the first half?
I know that sucks. It does. I don't know. Joe Flacco happened in the first half, I guess.
Well, and their offensive line is good, but you know what I mean? It's like if you
Right.
are actually going to take the step that you say
Right.
you're going to next year, like there's going to be tough offensive lines you're going to have to face. You're going to have to,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But do you agree where the Jets had an ample opportunity to tighten that gap in the second half? I mean, there was a lot of drives that ended up in 0 points where they were within 25 yards of the end zone,
Oh yeah, but again, and I think they were talking about it on the Fan this morning, but it's like no matter what, and you go back 30 years, 40 years,
Mhm.
50 years, same thing. You know what I mean? Like, well, if we do this, then if we do that, but if we had done this and he hadn't gotten hurt, and if we had this and then it's like, it's still the same. So it's like, when does that change? I mean, everybody, of course, points to next year. Oh, healthy Rodgers. But we're going to have to see it before we, feel pretty confident about that,
Yeah, no, very true.
And I don't know.
I have kind of low hopes for Rodgers at this point.
Yeah, me too. I feel like the whole thing's not going to work.
Did you hear what he was talking about? Oh, yeah, it may have been a little bit, out of pocket. Not, he didn't say out of pocket, but basically saying it was out of pocket to assume that he'd be healthy enough to play right now.
No, he just gets annoying, but he's also bored. He hasn't played football all season. First time in 30 years.
Yeah. True.
What do we got for the comments here?
Yeah, we got a few here. Obviously starting a little bit higher up here with Matthew Gabriel. He says, "Yes, dude, what's good, muchachos? Just got the haircut now. How are you? Gonna go home, put my laundry away." And he says, "What up, Josh, dude?" That's Matty G. Josh B says, "What, Matty G? What up?" And then Matt, "Oh my God, Mekhi Becton talk about sucking ass. Looked like a high schooler against Myles Garrett." Josh B says he looked like a turnstile. It really was, dude. I mean, again, I understand Myles Garrett is like 6'3", 290 or something. Crazy, obviously. But your Myles Garrett's like 325 or something, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's a complete.
Or Mekhi Becton, rather, like 325, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, figure it out, dude. What do you think it is, honestly, with Becton? You think he doesn't have it? You think he's just lazy?
Eating is a problem.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, you can't fault him too much. I mean, it's tough to be sturgeon with that.
Come on.
But I guess it's just at the end of the day, doesn't want it hard enough, right? I mean, what else could it really be?
Yeah, I guess so, dude.
So, yeah. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see what they do this offseason. And I mean, any concern on your end, let's say everything goes right next year, but that Robert Saleh and Nathaniel Hackett next year are going to hold them back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, again, if Rodgers stays healthy, you would imagine that Hackett would kind of work out if Rodgers is healthy, right? I guess that seems to be like their thing, right? It has to be Hackett and Rodgers. Can't be Hackett with anyone else. We've seen Hackett without Rodgers, and it's trash, dude. And we've seen it even this year with the Jets without Rodgers. I mean, the guy has seemingly no sense of creativity on offense, but when Rodgers is involved, they work well together, so that's great. So, I mean, if Rodgers stays healthy, I guess Hackett's not really necessarily holding them back. And then I guess Saleh, same deal. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess he came close to having a solid Jets season. He was like, there was a time, obviously a few weeks ago when it was like, hey, if the Jets pull together and win a couple of these games here and get some momentum, they could have a 500 season. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think really at the end of the day, I mean, if Rodgers, like I said, if Rodgers stay healthy and they field that same team, you would imagine this group of guys, I mean, they're going to work out together. I mean, that's really why they were assembled. I mean, obviously the system is flawed here. When we saw it this year, Rodgers gets injured, everything falls apart. So that like that, I think, is really what would be more holding back the Jets, is if Rodgers gets injured or just isn't available. His availability would hold back the Jets, I think, at the end of the day. So not necessarily, but obviously, like I said, like if Rodgers does get injured again and stops playing, Hackett, Saleh, useless, dude, for what they have, which really isn't a bad team, by the way. But yeah, that would be my take, Brian.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned that.
Do you think even with Rodgers, Hackett, Saleh, blow it? Just saying, like,
I mean, I guess Hackett, like Rodgers, like Hackett.
Yeah, like they have to be in tandem.
Right. But then Saleh, I don't know, man. I really like I was actually a little excited this year, and now it's like, I don't know, and it's like Douglas has some flaws despite some good things. I don't know. I mean, Josh B says it best all the time. The Jets are going to jet until they jet no more,
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good way to put it, dude.
So, because we'll have to see, right, Tony?
I'm excited for the Browns, I guess. Good for them.
It's interesting.
It is kind of crazy, dude. And I forget who, after the game, Flacco met up with someone on the Jets. And it's funny because the microphones obviously weren't meant to pick it up. He was like, yo, who the fuck has thought Cleveland Browns?
Oh, my God.
So funny, dude. Flacco's like, yeah, oh, my God.
Did you notice on the call, Al Michaels several times Njoku?
No, actually.
Instead of Njoku?
Njoku.
David Njoku.
That's tough. I did hear a couple stumbles just naturally, but
yeah, it was crazy. And also a couple more here. Matthew Gabriel, Jets suck ass. Sorry, Sharon. Amen, Ryan. Amen. Al Michaels is hammered.
Ryan.
Yeah. So not too many surprises last night other than the scoring early. But hopefully this week 17, which will start on Saturday, is going to be more exciting
Tomorrow.
And it is a good time, Tony, to start the football frenzy.
Let's fucking go, dude. All right, here we go. Week 17. Big frenzy here for us at Downtime TV. Super stoked. And we're starting off, just like Brian said, another game on Saturday. I have to be quiet. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Oh, Michael's saying too loud. All right, so we have the Cowboys hosting the Lions. Cowboys undefeated at home, 10-5 on the season. Dallas -5-5 here. Over under set 52.5, Brian.
Yeah, based off of last week, you would say, boy, the Lions look like, maybe the better football team, but Dallas, I think, is 7-0 at home for a reason. So simply because of the fact that they're at home in Detroit, I would take the Lions all day. But I think Dallas gets it together at home. CeeDee Lamb with an opportunity here to go over 1,500 yards. I do think there'll be a lot of points. I like this as an over, which, it's steep at 52.5, but I'll still go over there. But give me the Cowboys. I'm going to say 35-28 over the Lions.
Love it, Brian. All right, next game here. We have the Bills hosting the Patriots. Now, obviously, we're over to Sunday, 1 p.m. CBS, dude. Buffalo Bills -12.5. Obviously, a pretty rich spread. We've seen richer. Over under set at 40.5. What do you think here for the Bills?
Under and Pats with the points. Bills win outright, though. Pats obviously beat them earlier this year, but I think Belichick, he's got the defense playing well. We'll see what Zappy could do on offense. But I'm going to say this is a 17-10 Bills victory. So Bill Belichick getting his first 12-loss season of his NFL career. Bills would go to 10 wins and seem to have a stranglehold on that 6th spot in the AFC. And I really hope we get Chiefs, Bills, wildcard weekend from Arrowhead.
Pats cover under. All right, so moving along here, still 1 o'clock, CBS, the Bears of Chicago hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Chicago is here at -3. Over under set at 37.5, dude. Falcons, tough road record, 2-5 so far on the road.
Yeah, so looking at this game, I have to go with the better football team, and the better football team, even though the record isn't better, the better football team is your home Chicago Bears.
Nice.
Justin Fields playing for where he's going to be come 2024. Doesn't seem like it's going to be in Chicago. Maybe Eberflus is out the door, but it just as the wins keep coming, you do have to wonder if there's some second thought here, because I think they maybe had made that decision a while ago to move on from both of them. Now, maybe a little trepidation, Caleb Williams with the nail paint and everything, the sobbing. Maybe they back off from there. I don't know.
You think? It's a bad look?
Yeah.
Bad look?
But I think this goes over and the Bears win. We are going to say 24-17.
24-17. Wow. All right, let's go. Moving on. Your boy here in Indianapolis, the Minshew Mania, dude. The Colts are hosting the Raiders, dude. What do you think here?
Oh, man, there should be some bites from the silent football frenzy.
Silent frenzy.
Because God forbid anybody hears some extra noise. Sorry, I had to do it.
No, I mean, because it's ridiculous.
I think
totally
it's cheap.
agree
I'm
with you.
sorry. It's
No, it is. It's so cheap. And you know who? Like,
yes. Ridiculous.
come on, dude.
Yeah.
So tight.
And yeah.
Let's show the year, Brian. Let's show the year.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts. Yes, I understand disappointment last week. All of that stuff. But the Raiders, yes, Antonio Pierce, you've done a good job. This, that, the other thing. But Michael Pittman will be back. Not sure about Zach Moss, but Jonathan Taylor, I think, will have a lot better game on the ground. The Colts fighting for their playoff lives. And I just think you can't underestimate Pittman being back in the lineup. I'm going to say he goes for $150 and 2 touchdowns. Colts big over the Raiders. We're going to say 31-14.
Okay.
What?
No, it's just funny. All right, now moving on here. MetLife Stadium. I kind of feel like I don't even want this music.
Right? No, but we kind of
Now, yes, moving on here to MetLife Stadium. We have the New York Giants hosting your LA Rams. 1 o'clock on FOX here. The Rams -5.5 on the road. Over under 43.5 in beautiful East Rutherford, New Jersey. What do you think here, Brian? Do you think the Giants?
I don't think anybody is going to see a beautiful game here at MetLife Stadium come New Year's Eve. I think you're going to see the ghost of Christmas past rear its ugly head again as Matthew Stafford and the Rams try to shape into a Super Bowl contender here in the waning weeks of this NFL season. I think there's going to be embarrassment in the air in MetLife. As we are going to see Scrooge come out here as the Rams will shit on the Giants 42-10. Tommy Cutlets, would you sign autographs for free now?
All right, dude. Let's get back to it, honestly, dude. Next game here, we have the Eagles hosting the Arizona Cardinals here. Philly at -12, over at 48.5 at Lincoln Financial Field at 1 o'clock FOX here. The Eagles stumbling,
but not stumbling that much where they're going to lose to a 3-12 Cards team. I know the Giants made it close a little bit late last week, but I think they get Swift going on the ground. He's going to have like $150. I really do think the work in the play action. I could see A.J. Brown going over 100 yards as well. I think this is actually going to be a rout. This is the game that the Eagles haven't played since the first half of the season. But we're going to say 42-10 over the Cardinals.
42-10 over the Cardinals. Love it. Book him right there. Speaking of booking it here, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, dude, 1 o'clock will be hosting the New Orleans Saints. Tampa Bay at -2.5. Honestly, I don't think favored enough here at home, but that's just my opinion. Over under at 42.5. What do you think?
Man, I have to go Bucks. I'm just slightly nervous because the Saints have been the bugaboo, Tony, at times for the Bucks. And you just think about Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans getting into fights, with the tight coverage and all of that. But I think Evans and Baker have been playing so well. They'll figure out a way. Godwin, and I think Rachaad White as well. And I think Derek Carr is going to make the crucial mistake like he has a lot this season, and that's why they're a 500 football team. So I think the Bucks are going to win this one. Take the over. We're going to say 30-21.
Love it, dude. Next game up here, we have the Commies, dude, hosting the 49ers. The Commanders here, obviously 4-11. We know about the 49ers and all of their talent on that team. San Francisco, because of it, -12.5 here on the road, 49.5 over under, which you never know. The Niners could score on their own, but are they playing their full squad? What do you think here, dude?
Oh yeah, they're playing their full squad. But honestly, if I were them, I would start, Sam Darnold and see what he could do. Purdy coming off the stinger. But this is going to be – Niners are going to score 50 points in this game. Embarrass the Commanders. Ron Rivera, he might as well resign after this game. I'm going to say 50-13 Niners over the Commanders.
50.
That defense
13,
is just
dude.
atrocious.
Speaking of atrocious, Brian, still in the 1 o'clock time slot here on Sunday. We have the Panthers here at 2-13, winless on the road as the Jags try to salvage something here. 8-7 on a little bit of a skid themselves. Jacksonville -6 over under 37.5, dude.
All right. So Lawrence's status up in the air once again after a shoulder injury last week. Gonna try to give it a go. But either way, I think this is tight. So actually, give me the Panthers with the points, but I do think Jacksonville will win by 3. And I'm going to say give me the under. It's just been such a struggle for Jacksonville as they try to win this division. Hang on here for dear life. But I'm going to say Jacksonville 20-17 over the Panthers.
Wow.
Going under by that proverbial half point.
Couldn't agree more, Brian. Next game here should be meaningful and competitive. The Baltimore Ravens, dude, are at M&T Bank Stadium here in their home at -3.5. They'll be hosting the Dolphins. Both teams, obviously, super high octane, firing on all cylinders. A lot of offense, some good defense in here as well. A lot of playmakers. Brian, what do you make of this?
Boy, the Ravens are due to lose, but I just feel like the toughness is there for them. And I know I thought, the Cowboys, but I think the Ravens have shown a lot more toughness than Dallas this year. So, I might be wrong about this, but I do like the Ravens at home. I think their defense balls them up. I think this is an under game. I think both defenses are playing very well of recent. But let's say, give me the Ravens here. We're going to say 24-17.
All right, next up, we have the 5-10 Titans of Tennessee will be marching into NRG Stadium, dude, to beat the Texans. Hopefully, Houston -4.5, over under at 43.5. I don't know. You think the Texans can get another win here?
Oh, of course. CJ Stroud will be back and hopefully going off for my fantasy team. The Titans, the writing's been on the wall for the season weeks and weeks ago. I think questions about Mike Vrabel as well. What's his future there? But DeMeco Ryans getting his 9th win as Texans head coach. 43.5. We're going to say under that. I don't think the Titans are going to score much. So we're going to say the Texans are going to win this one 28-10.
All right, let's go. Now we're over finally the 4:00 midday games. Seattle hosting the Steelers at home. Both teams 8-7. So a lot of playoff implications still to be had from this game. Seattle at -3.5. Over under set at 41.5. Does Pete Carroll cheer on the sideline at Lumen Field?
It seems like Carroll will be cheering. I know the Steelers coming off a big performance last week, but they're home, as you see, they're away. They're a 500 team. So this is going to come down to the wire here for Mike Tomlin to continue that winning season streak. He's going to have to win in Baltimore week 18 to keep it alive because the Seahawks, who are 5-2 at home, pick up their 9th victory of the season. And I think once again, the bugaboo for the Steelers is that offense. And I know Rudolph looked good last week, but he's going to come back to earth this week. Scoring wise, I think this is going to be under again. But give me Seattle here. I'm going to say 21-6 over the Steelers.
Wow, dude. Pete Carroll,
Mr.
dude.
Carroll.
Speaking of Pete Carroll, the Broncos here at 4:25 will be hosting your Chargers, Brian. The Chargers obviously had a sad 5-10 record, 3-4 on the road here. The Broncos have moved past Russ Wilson, so it should be pretty interesting to what goes on here. But Denver still -3.5. Pretty interesting line there for them. Over-run set at 36.5. Who's riding, dude?
Give me the fighting Easton Sticks here. I think there's got to be controversy. I know Wilson, maybe he's not liked by a lot of his teammates, but at the same time, you're going to go with Stidham. And I know he looked okay for the Raiders at times last year, but I think it's a ridiculous decision and one that will come back to bite. So Broncos will officially be eliminated from playoff contention once again here. The Chargers with the upset at Mile High. And I am going to say another under here. And I know 36.5, but I'm actually going to say Chargers 13-10.
Oh, my goodness.
Over the Broncos.
Okay, dude. Moving along here, our final game in the midday time slot, 4:25. Your Chiefs, Brian. Patrick Mahomes will be hosting the Bengals. Kansas City at -7. We know about the Bengals scenario. We know the Chiefs have been, a little lowly
4 out of
past
6
few weeks here. So what do you think goes down here at Arrowhead, dude?
Yeah. So I would say take the Bengals with the points, but the Chiefs bucker from 56 for the win. And I think, again, a similar game to what we've seen of recent with the Chiefs, the offense, no ebb and flow. Again, we're saying an under game here. But the Chiefs, virtue of that field goal, are going to win this one. And we are going to say 21-18. Bucker getting carried off the field after the win.
Oh, sorry, dude. Let's go. Last game of the night. Your Minnesota Vikings at 8:20 p.m. on NBC. The Packers, dude, are going to be in there in Minnesota. Minnesota's -1 here, 43.5. Both teams 7-8. Again, the playoff implications will be decided from this game here. What do you think?
Yeah, both teams probably won't make the playoffs, but one team stays alive, and that team is going to be the Green Bay Packers. I just don't like the way the Vikings have been playing. Too many different quarterbacks. And I think Aaron Jones, with that 100-yard game last week, he does that again this week. And I think the Packers are going to win this one. And I'm going to say this one will go over, but give me the Pack 28 and the Vikings 21.
And there you have it, dude.
Your football frenzy.
Your football frenzy for week 17.
We've been waiting all season to say week 17. But now we have some picking to do, Tony. I'll start with you. What are our picks that we're going to go heads up against the TCA?
Heads up against TCA. I mean, I'm looking at the Broncos game. I can't believe Denver is -3.5.
Yeah.
Like, is that weird to you?
A little bit, but I mean, and the
With no
Chargers did
Wilson?
hang with the Bills last week. That was at home. This is on the road, but the Broncos have been a 500 road team. Yeah, but that's really your favorite game out of all.
I mean, that's one that just stood out to me, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
But I mean, if you want to go with it, we can.
No, dude. Whatever.
No,
I don't want to go with it, dude.
I'm surprised you didn't say the
Bucks. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
Bucks.
And we
-2.5,
can still revisit
dude.
that one, but let me do mine first. So -2.5 here. All right. So all right. And for me, Rams all day. That is not going to be a watchable football game. So Rams -5.5.
Nah, no, definitely not.
And then do we go Dallas? Or do you just undefeated at home? Do we go Bears?
What's going on? There we go. I don't know. Dallas. I would not go Dallas to cover 5.5, dude. You think they cover 5.5 against the Lions?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
Undefeated at home.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Let's do it, dude.
Let's try to go 3-0.
You're gonna walk the plank.
Going with the chalk for our picks. We'll see if that works out.
Yes,
And I'm
dude.
sure momentarily Josh B will be sending over the picks.
Yeah.
As we look to, he says he's ready. So I'm imagine any second now we're gonna be getting these picks over. Coming off, and Derek Ho, we haven't heard from him in a while.
Wow,
Glad
dude,
to
right
see
on time.
you're doing all right.
Yes, I'm glad. And then my mother, of course, on cue as well. This is hi, fellas. Hello to Marianne. Hello, Marianne. Receptionist at Ooh La La. My mother's
Hello.
childhood
And
friend.
here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. We got
Wow. So
many
they're
picks in?
good. They're going heads up with us with the Lions, and Josh B just said head as I was saying it. But Lions +5.5, Packers +1, and 49ers -12.5.
They going Niners -12.5.
Yep.
Oh wow, dude. So no one's touching the Broncos, huh? Chargers.
Yeah.
That's fine, dude.
Watch the Chargers will probably blow them out, right?
Definitely, dude. And then the Cowboys are gonna lose at home.
They're not gonna lose.
No,
at
they're not
home.
gonna lose at home. They're not gonna
No.
lose it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna do it.
All right. Oh, and Jimmy Johnson, by the way, I know Matt always gets around to say it like that.
Yeah.
Is getting his Ring of Honor at halftime for that one.
Oh, that's nice, dude.
So once again, we are 21-19-5, TCA 30-15 after that first 0-3 week of the season. Josh B also saying they did have the Bucks, which is interesting. So feel pretty good about that. They wanted them. I know
Yeah,
they went
dude.
0-3 last week, but
Doesn't
historically
matter.
this year they're doing very well, Tony.
Yeah.
And now we have to do our picks. So what are you thinking here? By the way, I'm up 24-23 after the hockey and the football last night.
Right.
And
Yeah,
this is
we
the last
broke even
team.
yesterday. That's
Yeah.
right. I guess. I mean, I've been talking about it. Chargers. Let's go.
Okay, so
Chargers was it +5.5?
Chargers +3.5.
+3.5. You sure about that?
Yep. And I'm gonna say Pack +1.
Packers.
Yep.
+1. And then I'll stick to our guns for the Bucks.
Okay, Bucks -2.5. I'm gonna say Rams -5.5.
Okay. Seahawks is very tempting. You took the Packs +1. That's a good move. Or give me the Jags -6.
I don't know. Oh yeah, -6. All right, and then for my last pick here, I'm gonna say
Seahawks.
no, give me the Ravens.
Wow, Ravens with the Dolphins.
Ravens -3.5.
Dude, this is coming down to the wire for us.
I know.
This
I
is
know.
sick.
A couple
dude.
hockey games to pick.
Let's go.
But yeah, I'm
dude.
excited to watch these games in AC, the sports bar. Can't wait to meet up with you guys on New Year's Eve. Convince Jay.
Yeah.
The room, dude.
The room.
Carmine's.
Carmine's.
The wings.
Carmine's would be sick, dude.
Too bad he wasn't a little closer.
I know.
Like, you think it would be a lock, honestly, if he was 10 minutes away?
Oh, yeah. 10 minutes, dude? Come on. Let's go.
Yeah,
dude.
so hoping for some exciting football. Can't wait to talk about it all on Tuesday for our first show of 2024. And Josh B said had the Bucks and then the audible to the Lions. So it should be an exciting Tony week 17. But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's a nail break. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink wide. Made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Be saying swing by me when you guys head back from CT to AC, LOL. And Josh B, if you could remind me, how far are you from AC?
Yeah, what town is this? I'm gonna be in Asbury Park for the new year, Josh. Asbury Park, dude.
Yeah, how far is Asbury as well?
Asbury
if you could give us
Park.
some coordinates,
Yes.
we'd appreciate
Send
that
us your coordinates.
very much so. But yeah, National Hockey League, I have to say, I completely I guess I gotta just stop taking the Sharks because they got shut out by the Oilers last night.
I'm surprised.
I'm so glad I didn't bet on it too. I was about to, and then I was like,
oh, thank God.
and then
dude.
remember yesterday, remember me specifically saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna look up. It's
Yeah,
4-0
yeah.
after the first period." And what do you know? After the first period, it was 4-0. Shut them out 5-0.
Mhm.
I'm sure you were a little tight that the Knights 3-2 over the Kings.
Yeah,
you kind of probably saw it coming. Though,
No, yeah. I mean, listen, I love the Kings, dude. I think they're a great feisty team.
Uh-huh.
They got a lot of heart. At the end of the day, I mean, they just don't have a lot of goal scorers.
Right.
Trevor Moore's having a great year. Kevin Fiala obviously having a solid year. Anze Kopitar having a good year, but they just don't have. Again, Trevor Moore, I think, leads a team with goals with 17. You have you have teams where players have 25 goals. Like they just don't have that goal scoring capability. Especially against a good goaltender like Thompson, who had, I think, a lot of saves.
Yeah.
Said 32 saves, dude.
Yeah, 32 saves.
Dang.
By the way, Josh B's off exit 120. In Asbury Park's 105, 100. AC Expressway exit 37, Tony. But and then Torts keeps it going, huh? Coach of the year, I mean, at this point.
Yeah, how about that, dude? Unbelievable.
4-1 over the best team in hockey.
Yeah, no, literally over
On
the
the
best
road.
team in hockey. Obviously I picked against Torts
Yeah.
last night. So obviously to my dismay.
How about the return of Antti Ranta? Joe Green was
For the
saying
Hurricanes?
he was a little tight.
Yeah, how do you
the
look?
2 goals in the first.
Yeah. Settle down.
Settle down. One more the rest of the game. A 5-2 victory for the Canes. Seems like
Yeah.
they're kind of rounding into form after a tough start to the season. And I also Svechnikov with the hat trick. Haven't really said his name all season.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Also, I feel like it hasn't been a lot of hat tricks at all.
No,
This
no,
season.
even though I predicted about 100 of them,
Yeah.
Tony. So yeah, it was a short slate last night. A lot more games over the weekend, and of course, what we're all looking forward to, the return of our New York Rangers on the ice tonight, Sunrise, Florida, playing the Florida Panthers here at Amerit Bank Arena. Right now, the Panthers are -130 favorites. And I'm guessing judging by the title here, they're report, I guess, quick. Looks like he's going to get the start in this one.
I'm not sure yet, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But that
yeah.
was just kind of an assumption.
Well, I feel like, I
Back
feel
to
like it's
back.
kind of an assumption because you're the back-to-back with the Lightning. You want to say Quick gets a start today, Igor tomorrow.
Mhm.
But I guess we'll see. I'll check some sources right now, dude.
Yeah. And yeah, Rangers plus 110. Hard not to love that, the way they've been playing. And listen, Florida's been good. But I do think there's a clear separation here between the Panthers and the Rangers. The Panthers have won their last 2 games. The Rangers have also won their last 2 games, but 4 out of 5. Panthers in their last 5 are 3-2. And this is their first matchup of the season. Kind of interesting. They don't play again until March. 2 games in March of the 3 matchups between the Panthers and the Rangers this season. So we definitely have this one circled on our calendars. I'm just excited to see the Rangers back in action, off that big win against Washington. Hard not to expect more of the same. And honestly, of course it's the fan in me, Tony, but I really am expecting the Florida sweep to close out the year.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Hit it, dude. Wow, what a throw. What a pass. Wow, right back to ya. Nice, dude. Absolutely love to see it, bud. I totally agree. The sweep in Florida has to happen. Going into the new year, it's, I think at this point, expected from the Rangers.
Yep.
Tampa Bay, obviously, Nikita Kucherov pops out on the page for you because I believe he's leading the league in points. Top 3 within goals and assists. Does a lot for his team, and that's just one of many good players in the Lightning. So the Lightning are certainly a team not to be overlooked, like you said. And then the Rangers, they come out with some physicality. Obviously, imagine Trouba in the lineup, totally fine. So let's freaking go, dude. The back-to-back Panthers are nothing like compared to what the Rangers are. So that should be like I want Kachuk crying, dude. For Higgy crying, dude. Let's go. It should be an absolute beatdown. And then you sprinkle in a little Tampa Bay victory right before the new year. Let's go, dude.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Let's go. And I think it's, obvious the Rangers are the class of the East, the beast of the East, whatever you want to call it. So I'm guessing you're going to go with the Rangers for your first pick here.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So far unconfirmed on who's the starting goaltender.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter though. Igor seems to be first on the list, so that's totally fine with me, dude. I think goaltending shouldn't be a problem against the Panthers. I think you're starting this road trip off with a shutout, dude.
What's the number?
I would say Rangers win this game 3-0.
All right,
dude.
So Rangers in the under there. All right, yeah. So for me here, I am going to take, and I know it seems crazy after the other night, but I'm going to take the Islanders to bounce back at home, minus 150 against the Caps. I know the Caps, the New York trip, losing 2 games, this, that, the third. But I think they bounce back. I think they've been playing relatively good hockey. Little snafu coming out of the break. But listen, they're going to bounce back. And I think you're going to see Noah Dobson, Tony, with 3 points, a goal, and 2 assists. Sorokin, I'm going to say 47 saves, the chance going throughout UBS Arena. And the Islanders are going to pick up their 17th victory of the season. We are going to say 4-1 over the Caps, and it's going to go under.
Love that pick, dude. I don't know how much I love that pick, to be honest. But no, Dobson, obviously, the assists. I think he's up there, top 7 in the league with assists.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well,
especially a defenseman as well.
Yes, definitely, dude. Speaking of being up there, in terms of just in the league, Nathan McKinnon, I believe, is up there in points and leads the league in assists, I believe. And they, as in the Avalanche, are playing the St. Louis Blues. We talked about the Blues. I know I was fending for them because the Blues have a lot of talent, and they could be a sneaky good team. But I think Colorado right now, the Avs on the road only minus 165. So sprinkle some money. I think it's honestly pretty good for the Avs. I think they will win this game, and I would say they win this game. I don't know, maybe 5-3. 5-3. Let's go 5-3 regulation. Let's go, dude.
All right. So number two, for me here, I am going to go with the Coyotes on the road in Anaheim. Arizona might right now -130. And I just think I like the way that the Coyotes are playing. And they've just been a tough opponent. I know under 500 on the road, but also the Ducks are 6-12 at home. I don't think they're very good. I think they're going to fade even more back into the pack than they already are at this point in the season. So yeah, give me the Coyotes here. This is going to be an under. This is going to be a Brandon Ingram 40 save performance. Shutout on the road. 3-0 Coyotes over the Ducks.
Wow, do you love it, dude? You
Yeah.
love it.
Who would have thought? Brandon Ingram. Not Brandon.
Evan?
No, Connor.
Connor Ingram. Evan Ingram. All right, so this is it. My last pick here.
Last pick of the year.
Last
Tony.
pick of the year. Want to make it a good one. I'm looking at Devils Senators. I don't know, man. I don't trust the Devils here. Red Wings Predators seems promising for me right now. Toronto, I said it, dumpster fire. And of course, the Blackhawks beat the Stars, right? A couple nights ago.
Yep. At home. Dallas, the redemption spot, the touchdown.
Yeah, it has to be. Oh my goodness. Literally, like, it has to be redemption. There's no way the Stars are losing another game here to Blackhawks. I don't care, Connor Bedard, loser kid. It doesn't take one guy to build a team. All right, the Stars are a more complete team, and I think let's go Stars. Bounce back, emphatic, 6-2.
Wow.
6-2. Ryan.
Maple Leafs. How about 7-2 in Columbus? So over in the Maple Leafs. And I know you said they're dumpster fire, this, that. They're so much better than the Blue Jackets. Is not even funny, Tony. So listen, you have off games sometime, but at the end of the day, talent will win out a lot. And that's why the Maple Leafs are going to take care of business.
Okay, we'll see, dude.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Let's pick the new year. We went with Toronto on American.
That was too loud.
What?
It was too loud.
It was too loud. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so some good hockey over the weekend for sure. One little quick thing here on the way out. I said we were going to talk about it. We do have the college football playoff. The games this year falling on New Year's Day, Tony. So obviously the national semifinals here, and your first game of the day is between Alabama and Michigan. This coming in the Rose Bowl game. And I remember I said yesterday, the granddaddy of them all, Michigan 2-point favorites here. Obviously Alabama has been to the college football playoff countless times. And a lot of people saying Bama doesn't have a chance. I mean, obviously it was a hope and a prayer to beat Auburn in that last game of the year, to make it to the SEC championship, to have a chance to play in the playoffs with one loss. And Michigan is undefeated. The scandal, Harbaugh, is he going to go to the NFL? Is he going to sign a lifetime contract? But I think Alabama is going to pull the upset here. Give me the 2 points with them. And I just think Saban in a big game, I like him a lot better than I like Harbaugh, just based on the track record. Total set at 44.5. I'm going to say it's going to go over that. Like, a lot of these late season college football games, a lot of points. But we're going to say Alabama is going to win this one. It's going to be a classic, but it's going to be 28-24, playing in yet another national title game under Nick Saban. And I know this isn't your area of expertise, Tony, and you might just want to oppose me here. But if you had to give your best guess on this one, what would you say?
I mean, I would never go against Nick Saban.
You can't.
Ever.
Yeah.
Met the man, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Network?
Did a
Thorn?
No. Did a college football coach conference.
Oh, okay.
In Alabama, and obviously
Nice
he was
guy?
there. A little standoffish. Yeah. But that was right after the Henry Ruggs thing.
Oh, okay.
So he was like fired up
Yeah.
at the conference from it, dude. Like,
You understand that. You
yeah.
understand that.
It was cool. So let's go Saban.
Second semifinal here. This one coming from Nolans, the Caesar Superdome. Texas, 4-point favorites here. Kind of interesting. The coach of Texas, Steve Sarkisian, former Washington coach. We know how he got fired from USC, the drinking, the divorce. But he's really rebuilt himself. Actually was an assistant under Saban as well. So, when I look at this, I think Washington has been counted out. all year. So I'm going to say we're going to go with the underdog again here. Everyone thought Oregon in that second matchup would beat them. They didn't. And I think this is an all-time classic. I think it's going to go under 63.5 is a little crazy, Tony. But I think we're going to see a walk-off field goal here for Washington. And they're going to win this one 31-28, setting up Alabama and Washington. Not exactly your traditional college football matchup.
No, give me Texas. I don't like Washington.
Of course, you're going with Sarkisian, the drinking.
The divorce. Surprised you're not, dude. Come on. But, dude, like the rehab, coming back up from the ashes, the rebirth.
It's just more that Washington, they keep saying, oh, they can't do this, they can't do that, and they just keep winning. So give me them. And they would set up to have an undefeated season here if they could win this game.
Yeah, crazy.
And go 15-0, which would be pretty impressive. So that one's at 8:45. The early game at 5:00. Both games on ESPN. So looking forward to watching that. It'll be nice though, because coming back from AC New Year's Day, obviously going to be a little tired, from the weekend festivities. So it'll be nice to just relax, feet up, horizontal, as John would say.
Oh gosh,
watching the football games. And hey, maybe throw a couple shekels up there. Could be a nice payday. Matthew Gabriel talking about the divorce jersey. Oh, Jeremy
Schaap. YM.
As he slit his throat. Jeremy Schaap. ESPN. Oh, sir. Last thing here, Tony. Any specifics for the J New Year's?
Yes, actually. So actually I can I don't have my phone on me. But I can tell you what he said. So we're gonna get there. Obviously New Year's Eve afternoonish.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go down to the boardwalk. Go to a few places. There's some like bars that have live music, obviously like free parties, whatever. You can just walk into at bars for New Year's. A lot of fun. Play some boardwalk games, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wants to go back to his place and make a big steak dinner and celebrate the New Year, dude. Which is gonna be pretty solid.
We go.
That's right, baby.
And as you're celebrating the New Year, do you think you're gonna have Packers Vikings in the background, Jay, the prop bets, or no?
I believe he did say to me, and I quote, "And there's football on."
So he's obviously,
dude,
jacked up, of course.
Dude.
I just wanted to see here too. So Saturday, so New Year's. Okay, so no football. Yeah, because they don't do college football against NFL. But yeah, tomorrow too is going to have a full slate of college football games as well. So a lot of sports over the weekend. The NBA. Shout out to the Pistons. 28 losses in a row, most in NBA history. Had a 21-point lead against Boston last night. Blew it. So after a 2-1 start, 28 straight losses. Can't imagine what those guys are feeling, especially because you had that big lead against a team like Boston.
I know. I wonder how Riley was feeling during that game.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely jacked.
Definitely
they suck. I knew it. We were just messing with them. He said that.
Yeah, definitely. But when they were down by 21, he was like,
oh yeah, they suck like this. Yeah. So that about does it. But can you believe, Tony, this is the final time we're going to close out for 2023.
Dude, I really can't believe it. And I was saying it earlier in the show. I really just can't believe we're going to be saying it's 2024, dude.
This doesn't seem right.
It really doesn't seem right, dude. I kind of don't like it right now, but I guess,
we still got a couple days too. The drinking over the weekend and, well deserved after a hard week of work, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. Still working, dude.
Still working.
Men's ice hockey tomorrow, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, definitely a great year of shows, and we can't thank everybody who stuck with us. Watching these episodes throughout the year.
Oh yeah.
All the stuff we've talked about with you guys. You guys are the best. As Tony once said, you guys are our bloodline. And we really look forward to catching up with you guys in the new year. Boys, happy new year. What a year, the company, the this, the that, Matthew Gabriel. So thanks again, guys. You guys are the best. But we really would like to thank, as Josh B says, great year. Really would like to thank everybody for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives and the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in Asbury Park in costume. The merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Rangers. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we will see you on
on Tuesday.
The new year.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.